are your favorite wireless earbuds secretly damaging your health. By the end of this video, you'll know the hidden dangers that manufacturers don't want you to discover, the shocking statistics about what's really happening inside your ears, and most importantly, how to protect yourself while still enjoying your music. But here's what's really going to blow your mind. I've uncovered some disturbing research that shows your earbuds might be doing something to your body that you'd never expect. And I'm saving the most shocking revelation for the end. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why that little voice in your head tells you to turn up the volume when you're in a noisy place? Well, that innocent action might be setting you up for permanent damage that could change your life forever. Look, I get it. Wireless earbuds are amazing. No tangled wires, crystal clear sound, and the freedom to move around without being tethered to your device. But what if I told you that the very technology that makes them so convenient is also exposing you to something that the International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified as possibly carcinogenic? Yeah, you heard that right. And that's just the beginning, because while you're jamming out to your favorite playlist, there's a whole list of things happening inside your ears that would make you think twice about how you're using these devices. But before we dive into the radiation concerns, and yes, we're talking about actual radiation, let me tell you about something even more immediate that's happening right now. Here's what's happening. Every single time you put in your earbuds, you're creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. We're talking about 2,708 times more bacteria than the average cutting board. That's not a typo. Your earbuds are literally dirtier than where you chop raw chicken, but it gets worse, much worse, because those bacteria aren't just sitting there, they're multiplying in the warm, moist environment of your ear canal. And when you share your earbuds, you're basically playing bacterial Russian roulette. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but bacteria can be cleaned away, right? Well, yes and no, because there's something else happening that cleaning won't fix. Something that's actually changing the physical structure of your ear canal. But hold on, because the bacteria problem is nothing compared to what I'm about to tell you about the volume levels you're probably listening at right now. Picture this, you're listening to music at what feels like a reasonable volume, but your smartphone can pump out 110 decibels directly into your ear canal. To put that in perspective, that's loud enough to cause permanent hearing damage in just 5 minutes. The World Health Organization says anything above an adult 80 decibels is dangerous for extended listening. But here's the kicker. Earbuds can increase the sound level by 6 to 9 decibels just by being inserted into your ear canal. That safe 80 decibel level just became a dangerous 89 decibels, and you didn't even turn up the volume. And get this, a recent study found that 5.2 million children and teens have already suffered permanent hearing damage from noise exposures. That's 12% of an entire generation potentially losing their hearing before they even reach adulthood. But here's what's really crazy. The hearing damage isn't even the scariest part, because there's something else your earbuds are doing to your body that's so concerning. Scientists are calling for updated safety regulations. Let's talk about something most people don't even think about: radiation. Yes, your innocent-looking earbuds are emitting electromagnetic radiation directly into your head, just millimeters away from your brain. Now, before you panic, let me explain what we know. The radiation from Bluetooth devices is classified as non-ionizing, which means it doesn't have enough energy to directly damage DNA like X-rays do. But here's where it gets interesting. Recent research has found a significant link between prolonged Bluetooth headset use and increased thyroid nodule risk. Scientists discovered that RF radiation can cause oxidative DNA damage in laboratory conditions. And because your earbuds sit so close to your head, some experts are concerned about the cumulative effects of long-term exposure. But wait, there's more. Because while regulatory agencies keep saying these devices are safe, a recent court case revealed something that's going to shock you about those safety standards. Here's something that'll blow your mind. The safety standards for wireless devices haven't been updated since 1996. That's right, the safety guidelines your earbuds are tested against are actually older than some of the people using them. And it gets worse, much worse. In 2021, the United States Court of Appeals ruled that the FCC failed to provide evidence that their radiation exposure limits actually protect public health. The court specifically stated that the FCC completely failed to acknowledge, let alone respond to comments concerning the impact of RF radiation on the environment and health. But here's the really concerning part. While regulatory agencies debate safety standards, there's something happening in your ears right now that's definitely not up for debate, something that could be causing permanent damage every single day you use your earbuds. Okay, let's talk about something gross but important. Earwax. Your ears naturally produce wax to clean themselves, and it's supposed to move from the inside out, taking bacteria and debris with it. But when you're wearing earbuds for hours every day, you're essentially blocking that natural cleaning process. The result? Impacted earwax that can cause temporary hearing loss, earaches, and infections. And here's the kicker. That trapped wax becomes a breeding ground for the bacteria we talked about earlier. It's like creating a perfect storm inside your ear canal. But I promised you something shocking at the end of this video, and we're getting close. Because there's one more thing about wireless earbuds that's so concerning, it might just change how you think about using them forever. Here's the part that really gets me fired up. Children are at the highest risk for all of these problems. Their skulls are thinner, their ears are smaller, and their brains are still developing. When a child uses earbuds, the electromagnetic radiation can penetrate almost completely through their head. And because kids naturally listen to things louder than adults, they're getting a double dose of damage, both from the volume and from the radiation exposure. We're potentially creating a generation with hearing problems and unknown long-term health effects. But here's what I promised you at the beginning. The most shocking revelation that's going to change everything you thought you knew about wireless earbuds. Ready for this? The safe radiation levels that your earbuds are tested against, they're only designed to protect you from heating effects. Basically, they make sure your earbuds don't literally cook your brain, but they completely ignore all the non-thermal biological effects that scientists have been documenting for years. In other words, the safety standards are asking the wrong question entirely. Instead of asking, will this device heat up your tissue? They should be asking, what do these electromagnetic fields do to your cells over time? And the answer to that second question is still largely unknown. This means that millions of people are essentially participating in the largest uncontrolled experiment in human history, and we won't know the full results for decades. Okay, before you throw your earbuds in the trash, let me give you some practical solutions. First, follow the 60-60 rule. Listen at no more than 60% volume for no more than 60 minutes at a time. Give your ears regular breaks to breathe and clean themselves. Clean your earbuds at least once a week with alcohol wipes. Never share them with others. And consider switching to over-ear headphones when possible. They're safer for your hearing and reduce infection risk. For kids, set volume limits on their devices and consider wired headphones instead of wireless. And for everyone, be aware of your surroundings when using earbuds. Don't let them become a safety hazard. So, there you have it, the truth about wireless earbuds that the manufacturers don't want you to know. From bacteria breeding grounds to radiation exposure, from hearing damage to regulatory failures, these innocent-looking devices are more complex than anyone realizes. Bet you didn't know that your earbuds were essentially unregulated medical devices being tested on the entire population, but now you do. But wait until you hear what I've discovered about the phone in your pocket. You think earbuds are concerning, the research I've uncovered about smartphone radiation and what it's doing to your sleep, your fertility, and your brain function will keep you up at night. Make sure you're subscribed because that video is dropping next week. And trust me, you're going to want to see this.